you've consistently studied for 3 to 4 hours every single day without getting tired, bored, or even distracted? A lot of us think it's impossible, but it's very, very possible. It didn't just happen overnight. It took me time, consistency, and effort. And today I'm going to be showing you the steps it took me to achieve this. Hello, welcome back to my channel. I am Susan. Welcome back to Suzy Academy. And if you're just joining, you're highly welcomed and pleased to have you here. And today we're going to be talking about how to study for long hours without getting tired, bored, or even distracted. Studying is not something so difficult, but it all depends on our perception. Today I'm going to be showing you 10 lovely points that changed my study life. Quickly, let's dive into the main points. Point number 1. Find your most convenient study space and time. Our environment and atmosphere greatly determine the rate at which you study. So one thing you have to do is to study your personality and find your most convenient study space and time. Find a space that suits you more, that you can comprehend things very well, and find a time that you feel comfortable studying. It could be in the morning, it could be in the afternoon, it could be in the night. Look for a time that is suitable for you and notice that your brain comprehends things faster in this time. Make sure you find a very convenient study space and time because this will greatly influence your study pattern. Every other steps I'm going to be giving in this video is dependent on this first point. This is the most important point. And if you miss it, you find out that other things I'm giving you, it's not working right because you didn't get your convenient study space and time. Point number 2. Plan your study section. Planning, you have to plan. You have to plan every single day, every single steps you take. We think that time is something we can't control, whereas we can actually control how we spend our 24 hours every single day. From Monday to Sunday, you can control how you want to spend each single day. You can make a timetable of everything you want to be studying at every point in time. Make it a deliberate effort. You tell yourself, I want to be doing this at this time in my lunch break. I want to be found doing this. I want to be doing that. You don't want to be found doing something haphazardly. You want to be very deliberate about your approach. So always plan. And when you plan, you find out that it makes you hardworking. It makes you want to hit those things you actually set out for yourself. It makes you want to hit your target. It makes you have a definite focus. This is what planning does. Because if you fail to plan, you're actually planning to fail. So guys, make sure you plan your study section. Schedule every single time you spend from Monday to Saturday. So this will always make you study for long hours without getting tired. Because why? You have a plan. The third point, cut out distractions. When I mean distractions, it could be people, it could be fans, it could be your cell phone, it could be your pets, anything. It could be your friends. Cut out distractions because some people don't study well when they are with friends, but they study better when they are alone. So you have to know yourself and cut out all this form of distraction. Take away your laptops, take away your pets, take away your phone, put your phone in silent or switch it off and put it in your drawer. And when you're done reading, you can access it. But when you're reading, take away your phone because it has loads of social media content in it that can deviate your attention from what you're supposed to be doing, which is studying. So cut out these distractions, make sure you're focused in what you're doing and cut out every single form of distraction because this will help you to give 100% focus to your book. Brings us to the fourth point, never procrastinate. Never procrastinate. The moment you've found the convenient study space and time and you've planned your study section, removing every form of distraction, never procrastinate. Start studying immediately because why? Procrastination is death. I find myself, things I procrastinated, I never do them. I never find myself doing them because procrastination will always make you lazy, to always make you reluctant to do something. So never ever procrastinate. Find yourself taking action. Kick off the start button. Do it immediately. So find yourself getting to work instantly once you've made all arrangements necessary for you. So never ever procrastinate. So this is what you do and you notice that you study for long hours without interruption. Fifth point, the 3R. The moment you've cut out every form of distraction. The 3 hour now, it's read, revise, and recite. When you're reading, give 100% attention to your book because this is what you want to do. You want to achieve a lot in this period of time. So give all your full concentration to the book. And when you're done reading, revise. Revise. A way I do this is to set possible questions to myself when I'm reading. And when I'm done reading, I attend to this possible question by writing them down or by answering them verbally. So answer these possible questions, and when you're done, recite it. This will help you learn a lot and it will help you stick to your memory because our brain is designed. The moment you study a thing and come back 1 week later, you find out that if you're very good, you only remember 10 to 15% of this. This is because our brain always wants repetition. You always want you to revise. Practice make perfect. The moment you revise and you recite this, you notice that you get this on a deeper level and it sticks to your brain more. You always process the information in a much more deeper sense. And this brings us to our next point, the depth of processing. When I mean the depth of processing, I'm referring to videos, pictures, color diagrams, acronym, everything that can translate this information you get to a more personal sense to you, that can make it unique, can change that information pattern you get from your textbook into something unique to you. And when you do this, it sticks to your memory, you study better, you comprehend a lot because you've translated that information to something peculiar to you. So always use videos in subjects you're not getting clearly, watch YouTube videos on it, make pictures, color diagrams, acronyms, whichever you prefer. Make sure you process this information to something that you can always relate with on a day-to-day basis. By this way, you'll notice that you remember 100% of what you read or even 95% of what you read if you always use this to read. And this brings us to the next point. Make time for recovery. When you want to study, don't just go stretch because actually the brain needs rest at every point in time. For instance, when I'm studying for 3 to 4 hours, moment it clocks 1 hour 30 minutes, I give myself rest before proceeding to the next subject. A 10-minute break interval where I can stretch through around, do other things to enhance my concentration. And when I come back for the next section, I come back with a fresh energy, a fresh vibe, fresh understanding. So this will help you a lot. Always make time for recovering. Don't just go stretch. This is why you're getting tired. You have to always make time for recovery. So when you do this, you find yourself that you're going long hours and you're not getting tired. So make time for recovery. And this brings us to the 8th point. Your motivation to study. What is your motivation to study? Clearly write out all your motivations somewhere you can always have a glance of it when you're studying. What are you studying to become? Do you want to become a doctor, a lawyer, a banker, a social activist, an entrepreneur, a worldwide web changer? What do you want to be? So you have to be very, very intentional. You have to write out all your motivation to study with a very, very clear marker. Write it in a place you can always have a view of it. Make it bold enough for you to see, because this will always give you a push to go forward even when you don't feel like it. So when you're studying, your motivation to study will keep you going. It will keep you going. It will always keep you on the move because you know what your motivation is. You will study for long hours without getting tired. So carefully write out your motivation to study if you haven't done so. Brings us to the 9th point. Be consistent. Consistency is something that we all learn every day. No one is born and just started being consistent all of a sudden. No, it's a deliberate effort we do. So when I first started studying, I actually started with 30 minutes. And I progressed to 1 hour, from 1 hour to 1 hour 30 minutes, then to 2 hours, and here I am studying 3 to 4 hours comfortably. So if you find it difficult, you can actually start from 15 minutes, make it for 2 weeks, be very consistent. You can progress to 30 minutes, 1 minute, 1 hour, 2 hours, and by so doing, then you move a long number of hours without even getting tired. So be consistent. It will be very hard in the beginning. I can tell you it will be very easy. It will be very hard, but be consistent. Push through, because whenever you stretch your body, it will definitely adapt to what's ahead of it. So always be consistent. Be very, very consistent, and you see the changes it will do in your study life. The 10th point, interest. Interest is a very lovely and very important point. I started with the first point, your most convenient space and time, and this last point that I'm using to wrap it up is a very wonderful point. Interest. Do you know that whatever you don't have interest in, you can't succeed there? You have to have interest in whatever you're doing. You have to develop interest in whatever you're studying. Even if you don't naturally like it, for the fact that you're doing that particular course that semester, you have to develop interest for it. Because I tell you, the moment you say, I don't like this course, I hate this, automatically it sends a message to your subconscious mind. And when you come into study, you find yourself reacting to something. Oh, I don't like this, I don't like that. Why? This is because you've showed lack of interest. So always make sure you have interest in whatever you're doing. This will make you study for long hours without getting tired, without getting bored or even distracted. So develop interest for it. I remember when I was in high school, I found one subject difficult then, but that was because I actually had no interest in it. But when I developed interest, I saw myself doing better and I even got high grades in that particular subject. So always develop interest for every single thing you're doing. I tell you, this will boost your study life. Hey guys, we've come to the end of this video. I know you've enjoyed this video. If you got value, please hit the like button for me and click the subscribe button to get notified when I post new content. I tell you, if you apply these 10 lovely steps I gave you, you're going to give me feedback because you will study for long durations without getting tired. I love you guys. See you in my next video. Bye.